Senate Democrats are now calling for more security and less heated political rhetoric after this weekend's shooting of two lawmakers in Minnesota. All senators received a security briefing this morning from the Senate Sergeant-at-Arms and Capitol Police. Minority Leader Chuck Schumer later blaming what he called reckless rhetoric for a rise in threats against politicians.
The dangerous environment isn't spontaneous, however. It's being stoked, often deliberately, by reckless rhetoric coming from some of the most powerful voices in the country. When political opponents are treated like enemies, when leaders encourage the kind of protests that can lead to violence, it increases that violence. So it's the responsibility of all leaders, especially President Trump, to not just unequivocally condemn hatred, but to stop the violent and regressive language against political opponents.
Well, today's Senate briefing came after President Trump overnight said he did not plan to speak with Minnesota Governor Tim Walz in the wake of this weekend's attacks.
I think the governor of Minnesota is so whacked out. I'm not calling. Why would I call him? I could call him and say, hi, how you doing? The guy doesn't have a clue. He's a mess. So, I could be nice and call him, but why waste time?
NBC News senior national political reporter Sahil Kapoor joins me now. And Sahil, Republican Senator Mike Lee has taken a lot of heat. He's now taken down some inflammatory tweets about the Minnesota shooting. Lee was confronted by Minnesota Senator Tina Smith about the tweets yesterday, refused to answer questions about it. Do we know what led to based Mike Lee, as he calls himself on Twitter, to remove these posts?
We don't exactly know, Garrett, because as you mentioned, Mike Lee has been running away from reporters, trying to evade questions about this. We do know that he was confronted and had discussions with both of Minnesota's senators, both Democrats. First, Tina Smith. That was yesterday. She confronted him. She told him that his posts were out of line, that they were cruel. This is as she relayed it to reporters later on. Senator Klobuchar as well said she had a conversation with Mike Lee after Tina Smith did. She didn't divulge details of the conversation, but she said only, quote, Senator Lee and I had a good discussion, and I'm very glad he took down those taunting online posts. And she also said that Minnesota had genuinely come together, left, right, and center on this, and she didn't think that those extraneous posts from the senator from Utah were particularly helpful.
Yeah, Mike Lee last seen hiding behind a staffer's iPad as reporters tried to ask him questions about this. Sahil, what did senators say about today's security hearing? I feel like we've had a lot of these in the last couple of years.
Yeah, there was a briefing that senators had with Capitol Police and the Senate Sergeant-at-Arms. Now, a few takeaways here. There was somewhat of a reluctance to reveal too much because any details that could be divulged about how to keep lawmakers safe could, in theory, they worry, be used by those who want to harm them. Second, there was a desire to balance security with lawmakers staying accessible to constituents. This is an extremely important priority for Article 1. They want to be accessible to their voters. And third, this is also about ensuring that ordinary people, not just lawmakers, but ordinary people, aren't afraid to show up at political rallies, to be in the public square, because if there is violence happening there, then that could discourage people from participating in politics. Now, Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer spoke to reporters about this, said they need significantly more resources. He said they're going to need support from Senate Republicans in order to achieve that because they control the Senate. But he said he saw very hopeful signs in the meetings that they will move in that direction.
All right, Sahil, thank you. We ran out of time to talk about the reconciliation bill, but something tells me we're going to have a lot more time before that thing gets close to the finish line, so we'll have you back. Appreciate it.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.